So, hi everyone. This is Bill Vickery with Just Call Bill and Just Ask Bill with Aging for Experts. I'm your host for Answers Magazine, and today I have the pleasure to have Miss Tina Presley from My Mobility Medics. How are things with you today, Tina?
Oh, they're going wonderful. Thanks, Bill.
Tina, I wanted to reach out to you and talk to you about your business. I'm going to kind of do a little editorial public service announcement. What I've found in working in the senior industry, meaning companies like yourself and mine and others that serve seniors, there is the ones that excel at it have a certain passion and a story and a servant heart. How did you how did you get that? It's very
Well,
evident when people talk to you and they personally and professionally, you have that.
so when you come into My Mobility Medics, we want to see the best way to help you, not to just sell you a piece of equipment. Anybody can sell you a chair or a scooter, but we want to get to know you a little bit better and be able to match that piece of equipment to you and your needs specifically, so everyone can stay mobile as long as they can stay mobile. That's the key, right? None of us want to end up where we're not able to get out and do the things that we want to do. So
Right.
as things have happened over my life, my dad was in a power wheelchair for over 10 years. And the little story that went with it, we were visiting with him one day, and he was sitting there and he's like, "Oh, John, go look at my chair. It needs this and it needs that." So John took it outside to take care of the things he wanted. And then he was like, "Oh, it's really dirty." So he started cleaning it up. And the first cleaning that he did was with a blower on on my dad's power wheelchair and learning how it worked. And then it was just like, oh well, we really enjoy this level of equipment. We enjoy the people. Both of us came out of the corporate world and wanted to be in an industry where we felt like we could help people and do the things that God wants us to do.
Very nice. And that's such a great story because having that servant heart and serving families and seniors is very special to you and I know others. So we appreciate that. So tell me a little bit more about Mobility Medics. Who are you and what do you do?
So My Mobility Medics, we help people stay mobile for as long as they can stay mobile. And sometimes that might be a walker or a rollator or something as simple as, your walker broke and you needed to come in and get your brakes adjusted or fixed so that you're safe, because safety is first and foremost. We started out as a repair company. So people could bring in their items or we go to them and take care of whatever repairs need to happen at that time. So just say your power wheelchair is no longer functioning, you may call in here and say, "I don't know what's going on with it, but it's not working anymore." So our job is to make it work. So we will schedule a technician to go out to the home or schedule an appointment for you to come in here to the shop, and we'll take an evaluation of it. We figure out what's going on with it, and then get it going again for you. And then, since we started as a repair shop, we then realized that sometimes the equipment isn't fixable because it's too old, parts aren't available anymore. The person, it doesn't match the person's needs any longer. So sometimes you have to look at purchasing something new. So we kind of then grew into having more of a showroom. Like you can see here behind me, we've got scooters and power recliners and oh, all kinds of things that are here: hospital beds, ceiling lifts, patient lifts. So we've added a lot of equipment. We have a showroom where you can see it, feel it, touch it, know what's available for you. You know, I'm going to back up and say, in this market today, there's anybody can Google and say, "Hey, I want to buy a scooter." And it'll go to whatever online store you go to. But that online store doesn't give you the opportunity to see it and feel it and touch it and ask questions about it and make your decision based on that. Our generation loves to come in and see it and feel it and touch it. And I know I've said that a ton, but that's the way that most people, they fall in love with it. There's a product called the Upwalker, And some of you may have seen that one advertised on TV. And I always tell people when they come in and oh, I saw it on TV and I want to come in and see it before I buy it. So they'll come over here and they try it, and there's no in between. They either absolutely love it or they can't stand it. And there's like, oh, this is perfect for me, or no, I don't think this one's going to work. So that we give you that opportunity to be able to do that. And then hopefully you become one of our family members and we're taking care of you for a long period of time.
Wow, very nice. And you also rent equipment too, don't you?
We do. So there's a lot of people that come to the Greenville area. I didn't realize Greenville was a destination until we got in this business 5 years ago. But there are a lot of people that come to Greenville for different reasons. Like this coming weekend, there's things going on downtown Greenville. There's a couple of craft shows and people are coming in. So they'll rent scooters, they'll rent lift recliners into the hotel rooms if they're, they want to sleep or they're used to getting up that way when they're at home. We had a walker that went to Brazil just recently because the gentleman had been using a cane, but he felt like if he was going to be walking more, that he would need something more. His family wanted him to get something powered. He insisted that he did not need anything powered. He only needed to get a new rollator or get a rollator to rent to try it while he was there. So of course they were gone for 3 weeks. They came back and he did buy a version of that rollator, the same one that he had rented while he was on his vacation trip. We have people that'll rent scooters to take on cruises or take on vacation, as well as here in Greenville. And then hospital beds. Wow, there's such a need in Greenville or the Greenville area, and we cover the whole upstate. So we're going from state line to state line, from the North Carolina state line to the Georgia state line, and 85 gives us that opportunity. Being located where we are on Garlington Road in Greenville, right? There's a big, right here at the, I think it's 85 and exit 54, so Pelham Road. Most people, if they're from this area, they know where the Pelham Road exit is. And then we just have to give them a little direction to get over here to see us.
So easy to find and get to. Recently, I remember you and I were talking that you went to a industry trade show. What is it, MetaTrade or MetaTrade? What kind of products did you see and that you're now going to offer at My Mobility Medics?
So lightweight wheelchairs and lightweight scooters are something that the industry has been developing. COVID kind of put a restriction on that for a little while, but now the products are becoming available. They should be readily available by the summer. But like a scooter generally would disassemble down into 4 parts for you to get to the lightweight of the 30-ish pounds. Now there's scooters and power wheelchairs that are out there that are in that 30-ish pounds that you can. So we're going to start carrying those and have those here for some rentals, not as much on the rental side, but more on the sales side. But they would at least be able to come in and take a test drive, see, does this one fit my needs? And then we go from there. So lightweight scooters, power wheelchairs. One is called the Cricket, and it is by Golden Technologies. And they also have a new one called the Stride. So you can look at those on goldentech.com. We'll soon have them on our webpage as well. There's another one that Pride makes called an iGo, and it was pretty small, pretty foldable. And it's also, and it's a scooter. And then there were other manufacturers. There was one we haven't ever carried before is Feather. And Feather not only makes they started out as a lightweight wheelchair company. So they say they have the lightest wheelchair in the world. So around 20 pounds for a regular wheelchair versus 38 to 45 on a regular wheelchair. And now they're adding a lightweight scooter version too. So they say theirs weighs 35 pounds. So we'll have to get some of this product in here to see it, because that's what people constantly ask for. And that carbon fiber gives them the opportunity to have it lighter weight, and it's collapsible and they're foldable and they're easier to use. I'm going to show you one that's here on our floor right now. That is, it's sitting right here, this little red one, and it's called a Mojo. And you can see it's all compact and folded up. It has a remote control so that you can actually push the button and it's spread out. you can lift this one into your car, but it is still on the heavy side. So if you're looking for something totally transportable, though, these smaller ones that fold up, that and the Buzz Around carry-on that's right there beside it, both of those weigh around 50 pounds for an individual to lift and put into their vehicle. Use lithium batteries, go long distance, and they're very portable, but you do have to have a little tiny bit of muscle to do those. So we'll see what the new lightweight versions do when we get those into the shop as well, and we'll test those and have a couple videos out there for you soon where you can see the differences.
Wow, you have all sorts of cool things that you're keeping up with. What about, tell me, you talked about cold therapy. What is that, and what are you going to offer at My Mobility Medics?
So cold therapy is a pain management recovery type system. It operates with an ice container. So you can see it on the shelf somewhere, right? You can see it on the shelf right here behind me. And I'll actually walk over there and pick one of them up and bring it over. And so if you've ever had surgery and your doctor hands you this note and it says, go buy an Iceman 3 and bring it to the hospital with you because your insurance doesn't cover it. We found out that no one was selling these here in the Greenville area, and there's all kinds of surgeries that go on in Greenville every day. And so we've been able to offer the Iceman 3, and you just buy a pad, whichever pad it goes with it, and it delivers the cold right to the injured area to help speed up in your recovery. So we're very excited to have the Iceman 3. It's made by DonJoy. It's got a really good warranty. We rent them and we sell them. So if you don't want to have to keep up with it after your surgery and your recovery, then you can just return it back to us and just pay a rental fee. Or if you decide you want to purchase one, you can do that too. I have a family member that's having hip replacement surgery in just a few weeks, and his doctor handed him a note that said, you need to go buy a transport chair. You need to buy a ramp to get in and out of your house. You need to buy a DonJoy Iceman 3. And he called it by name and said, this is what you have to have. And he was like, oh, well, I know where I'm going to get this. I'm going to My Mobility Medics. So then, that was one of those thoughts, one of those opportunities where we said, wow, we really got to get this word out there to the upstate, to the Greenville public, Greenville, Spartanburg, Gaffney, Anderson, everybody that's around here in the upstate, to know they can come over and buy them local. They don't have to buy them online. And we'd appreciate the support.
Well, and they get to see it in person too. Again, like you said, they can see it, touch it, see what it does. So is the Iceman 3 mainly for like people with joint replacements, knees and hips and those kind of things, or is it used for other?
It's used for other surgeries too. Like, say you tore a rotator cuff, and you would buy the shoulder pad that would deliver the cold directly to that shoulder for the 6 to 8 hours that you're awake and you want to be able to do it. So no nasty ice packs, no going back and forth to the freezer. It just delivers the cold directly to the injured area to give you that quick and the cold. We have one person that said after I think, let's see, Bill, I think you knew this gentleman as well. And he said he had an injury from a bicycle accident and he had hurt his knees. And so afterwards, the doctor told him, oh, well, you need to get this. And he got one of those. He said, oh, it was like having Jesus right there in the room with me. That cold therapy was on. Yeah. Well, had somebody walk through the back on us, so that's all right.
Well, so anything else anything new? I mean, you got some new stuff coming. It sounds like all the time, but any other new products or services that you're going to be offering?
We are. We were looking also for another company to offer that affordable solution to be able to carry something on the back of your vehicle. People think, oh, I can just go over to Home Depot or what's that new one? Harbor Freight and purchase one of those little aluminum ramps they have on the back and carry my scooter or my power wheelchair behind me. But the challenge they have with that is not knowing all of the things that go with putting something on the back of your car to carry it. So first and foremost is your car big enough and strong enough to hold the ramp and the power equipment that you're carrying on it. If you're just carrying 50 or 60 pounds like you have in a cooler, then sure, it's going to carry that. But we get up power wheelchairs that weigh 3, 4, 500 pounds. Your tongue weight's 300, and you're putting a lift on there to carry that. It's not going to be safe for you to drive down the street. So we were looking for a company that would give us a lightweight solution that was affordable, that would have both powered options and manual assist. So we're going to start carrying a product. It's called Easy Carrier. The manufacturer was recently bought and sold. And so the new group that's come in is really being innovative, and they are making new solutions every day. So we chatted with that CEO this week, and very excited to offer that product here in the upstate, because it's going to give people an opportunity to purchase these very safe, I call them car lifts. They don't lift your car, but they mount onto the back of your car so that you can carry your mobility equipment around with you.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And you said something pretty that I caught, was talking to a CEO. So you're talking to the owners of the people that make these or distribute them. It's just not, 3 tiers down. You're building relationships with the people that supply you directly, so you can have a personal relationship to get what you need when you need it to serve your clients the best way.
Absolutely. I mean, when we were at MedTrade, we met with several owners of the companies while we were, set up personal meetings to go and find out about more questions about their products, and then carry them here. There's another new product, Afikim, Afikim. The scooters are made in Israel, and we just delivered one. You can see it on our Facebook page, and we call it the big boy, but it was a 2-seater all-terrain scooter. The family that purchased it, wonderful story. Man's 88 years old. He wanted something to enjoy his lake house and continue fishing. But they had stairs going from their lake up to their lake house, because they all go up at this angle. So he came over here one day, and we had the scooter here. The company sent it to us. We had met with that CEO when we were at MedTrade, and he was like, "Of course, I'll send them to you so that people can come see them." So if they're looking, anyway, I'll continue my story. so I'll just call him Mr. Wood, and so Mr. Wood came over, and he was looking at the scooter, and he's like, "Okay, will it go up that hill over there?" And we have a little bit of a steepness to a hill. And it was like, "Well, I'm not going to try it, but I'll wait till my tech comes in and he can try it." So he got Zane out there, and Zane went up and drove it all around. And the man, within 2 or 3 minutes of seeing Zane drive that scooter, he was very interested. He said, "Sold. I'll be able to enjoy fishing again." So he went ahead and made his purchase. We delivered it to him this week, and he and his wife immediately hopped on it, because their current house over in the Greer Taylor's area went down to a river, and he had a nice flowing little path that went there. So he and his wife, it's a 2-seater. They were both on the scooter, and he was enjoying it immediately and was very excited to be able to take it to the lake house this summer so he won't miss his fishing. He said, "I am not giving up fishing."
I don't blame them. Well, it's interesting to hear you say those stories, because I think it's important for people that are watching today, both, moms and dads, grandma and grandpas, and the kids that may be looking for something, piece of equipment you may have, it helps them live a better life and age in place more efficiently, I guess is a good way to put it. And so with that, this guy's going to get to fish, and he's going to get to do things. And, it doesn't mean you have to stay home and watch TV and do nothing. There are ways that you can get out and enjoy your life more based upon a lot of the products that you have to offer.
Absolutely. Hey, I got one more story for you.
Okay.
All right. So I had a person that I met at a new networking up here in Greenville. It was a Women in the Workplace networking group, business owners. So we were there. I met a lady that in the upstate, she helps families to find their next home, or to either temporary and or permanent, that they're moving their loved one to, for additional help, because not always can you take care of someone and at the aging in place at home, but you can take care of someone aging in place at an assisted living community type situation. So anyway, she works in that industry. We just met, had a little talk about equipment. She was working with a gentleman that was at a rehab here in Greenville, and he was in a specific bed. And he said, I want this specific bed to go with me when I move over to his community. So they called and we were talking about it. I found out what his bed was. I made the recommendation for the Span America bed, and he wanted it wider than just a normal bed. So the Span Ready Wide Advantage bed would go up to 42 inches wide. At first, he felt like he needed an air mattress. After talking with his therapist, he did not have any shearing or anything that would cause additional wounds to make him have to spend that extra money to get the air mattress. Those are great products if you have those, but if you're just looking for a really comfortable mattress that's still at caregiver level, probably just the Ultramax from Span is where we go. So we made this conversation. We said, you think about it. He calls back and he's like, okay, I want this bed, and we're going to this community. And then the community where he wanted to go wouldn't accept the bed with rails. So the person that I know, then she said, all right, fine, we'll find another community. So she went and found another community that would accept the bed that he wanted. So it was a big deal for him to have this specific bed. And he knew what that bed would do because he'd been in it for the last 6 months at this therapy hospital. And now he has this bed at his new assisted living community to be able to do all the things and get better and continue to grow. Very excited to have stories like that to share.
Well, yeah, and you met exactly his needs and gave him peace of mind and safety to get better. So that's very cool.
Yeah.
Let me change gears on you. You have a very special date coming up in an event. Can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. So our 4-year anniversary, our 4-year birthday was January the 13th. We always wait until the spring in order to celebrate. So now we're in our 5th year, but we're having our 4th birthday party on May the 19th, right here at 1310 Garlington Road. It's also Customer Appreciation Week and Day, and we'll have treats and items to give away to people as they come in. And we're doing a fundraiser for Alzheimer's. The Ride to End Alzheimer's is a very fun event for a lot of people in the upstate. So we're going to raise money and support that ride. So Alzheimer's, hopefully they can find more things about it and get rid of it. But excited to have our 4th birthday party, May the 19th, right here, 1310 Garlington Road. Starts at 8:30. We're here till 5. Stay as long as you want. Ride all the
all day. All day.
All day. Yeah. Cool. Come and ride scooters, Bill. We'll have some.
There we go. We can test ride in the parking lot, huh?
Yeah. So every mile that gets ridden that day, if you have a sponsor that's going to pay, 10 cents a mile, then all of that money goes to the Alzheimer's Association. So we're supporting that. So we're going to recommend that people get out in the parking lot and drive and ride the scooters, so we can match whatever donations you give to.
I can't believe it's been 4 or 5 years. I mean,
I know.
Time flies when you're having fun, huh?
Isn't that exciting? I think you and I probably met around that same time.
Yeah, it was right when you were getting started. So that's very cool to see, from where you've been to where you are now is monumental in serving the community. So that's very cool.
Yeah. So I haven't probably missed a bunch of things that we do. But anybody that's looking to stay mobile or helping your loved one after an accident or anything like that, we do help the senior market a lot. I work with people with different disabilities and have learned more in that industry, in this industry with different disabilities. So several of our clients have documented disabilities in different areas. So we we want to be here for you and meet your needs at your space, at your need. So if we can't do it, then we'll recommend someone else who we feel like can.
That's great. And I think another thing a lot of people may not know about your company that um, you work with people that you like and you know.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah. Tell people about that.
So we are a family-based company here in the upstate. I, I hate titles, but I'm the owner, the president. My husband is vice president and of operations, and he is also the man who fixes things. So if John were here now and we were to introduce him, he would say, "I'm John Presley. I fix things." And he and our son also works with us. He is our primary tech. So anyone he's coming out to your house, you'd see Zane. Then we have a few other part-time folks that work with us and keep showroom and telephones and scheduling going. So yeah, we do like the people that we work with, and we've known them for a long time. I mean, even if you came in here and you met Amy, we've known her for a really long time too. So has the same family values: do right, glorify God, and let's take care of the need where it is.
Well, that makes it all worthwhile and easier and more fun to do this because I know you work hard and try to make a difference in the community. So you're obviously doing a great job. Is there anything else you'd like to share that we haven't covered that maybe I didn't ask or that you went, oops, I want to make sure I say this?
Oh, like I always say, is that there's things that I know that we don't even talk about, but when you come in the showroom and you take a look around and you're like, oh, I need that. Oh, I didn't know I needed that. So it gives you the opportunity to just you know see different items. Because I didn't talk about anything standard. I didn't talk about all of the other walkers and rollators and things. We don't carry the standard ones like you can go to other, just pharmacies and buy. We try to carry products that are a little higher end, give you a little more flexibility, and hopefully a little lighter, because that's what we keep hearing right now. 2023 has been, I need it light enough I can pick it up and put it in the car.
Well, that makes sense. I would encourage everyone to go to the showroom at Tina's at My Mobility Medics. As I walked around and when I was taking care of my dad, I was like, oh, you can get a cup holder for the scooter. Oh, there's a shower seat. Oh, so really, I think, like you said, you don't have, there's just hundreds of things in there. So I would encourage people to go and stop by because there's probably something there you need, and there's probably something there you need that you didn't know you need till you actually see it. And that's the cool part about it. It's the one-stop shop. Tina, once again, can you tell people where you're located and how they can find you and come to the showroom?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, you can visit us at 1310 Garlington Road in Greenville. It is right off of 85 and Pelham Road, exit 54. Just follow the big nets toward Top Golf. We share a stoplight with them. Just turn toward the brick buildings, not toward Top Golf. And then visit our webpage too at mymobilitymedics.com. And we do have an S on the end. We're plural. So that's a place you can go and just get basic information. The rental site is there too. So if you're looking to rent any equipment, just click on rent it. It'll take you to the rental site. You can start your reservation right there. And then once we get your order, then we verify we have the equipment and give you a phone call so that we can complete your reservation.
Well, awesome. Well, I appreciate your time. And I would encourage everybody again to stop by or call and see Tina and the family. And part of what we're doing here with the Answers Magazine with Experts in Aging is to be a resource to seniors and their families. And this is a prime example of a saying that Tina and I use a lot in the industry: you don't know what you don't know. And you kind of think you know something, but then as you're looking online, like you said earlier, well, that company might not even be in Greenville, or they don't ship to here, or what have you. And so we want to be that resource for you with Answers Magazine. So look for us at Experts in Aging. Look for us at My Mobility Medics. YouTube, Facebook, and like it and share with your friends, because we want to be that resource to help you and your family. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.